Yes. Yes, it is.
Why do you hate joy?
Give me a second. I don't. This just brings me joy. Somehow.
Does it?
I don't know. We'll find out when I actually watch it. Maybe it'll bring me...
I don't think anyone has ever experienced joy reading this man.
Well, to be fair, I'm not reading him. I've never read The Brothers Karamazov. I'm watching a 4-hour adaptation of The Brothers Karamazov.
I don't think that's gonna be any better, my guy.
Probably not, but consider this. So anyways, movies that I've paired with for the top 100 double feature, yeah?
Sure.
Real quick, I did figure out what movie I'm pairing with Arrival. And it was a movie that actually was... Oh no, stop falling over. I have a big cup of yogurt here and it keeps falling over. It was actually a movie that was on the top 100 that's actually going to be falling off this year, which I was actually going to pair with Arrival. So I've just flipped them now. We're pairing Arrival with Pontypool.
Yes, you told me.
No, I told you I'm pairing Pontypool with Arrival.
It's the same thing.
No, there's a big difference here. The difference is which one is actually on the top 100.
What if I just eat you out of my life right now?
That would be rude. Anyways, that just made the most sense. I already explained why for the linguistics. And then the short film we're pairing it with is the 2017 short film The Silent Child, which is another movie about linguistics, but in this case, teaching a deaf child how to communicate with sign language. I think you watched it with me, actually.
Probably.
Yeah. Anyways, other short films that we're going to be watching. Alright, so we have Excalibur, which I told you we're pairing with the 1959 Japanese epic The Three Treasures, both of them essentially being long, very fantastical adaptations of a nation's founding myth. And so we're going to pair it with I decided we're going to pair it with a King Arthur short film. So we're going to go with the 1958 short film Nighty Night Bugs, which is Bugs Bunny and Yosemite Sam during the time of King Arthur.
Yeah, these words make sense.
It just felt the most fitting. I needed a King Arthur short film, so why not go with the Bugs Bunny one? Then we have Poor Things. You remember Poor Things?
Poorly.
The one about the woman whose brain is replaced with that of her dead babies? Dead woman.
Joke, but yes.
Oh, you were making... Oh, okay. I get it. Anyways, we're pairing that one with the 1988 film Heart of a Dog, which is about a dog who is transformed into a human. I think his brain is swapped at the dog's brain is replaced with a human's or something like that. I have never seen it, but it feels fitting. We're going to be pairing it with the 2022 independent short film Satan Cured My Autism.
I didn't know Satan did that.
I didn't either, but apparently he does. Anyways, that just felt very fitting for Poor Things, because Poor Things is, just very autistic. So yeah. Then we have Galaxy Quest. I don't have to explain to you what Galaxy Quest is, right?
No, we watched it 7 times, and I studied it for one of my classes.
You didn't tell me you studied it for a class.
In the same class that we studied the Lego Movie and
Okay, what the... Okay, sure. These all definitely make sense. Very singular curriculum. Um, we're pairing it with the film Spaceballs, both of them being satires of the two big sci-fi properties in America, Star Trek, Star Wars. And we're going to be pairing it with the 2014 short film Prelude to Azanar, which is a fan short film. It's Star Trek themed, so it's a Star Trek short. It's a fan made one, so figured that really works with the fan convention idea of Galaxy Quest.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Prelude to Azanar. Then we have Der Nibelungen, Kriemhild's Revenge, 1924 fantasy film. Fritz Lang. It's the foundation of modern fantasy cinema, really, which we're pairing with the foundation of modern sci-fi cinema, Metropolis, also from Fritz Lang. Fritz Lang does not have many short films. I don't think he has any surviving short films, actually. He has no short films. So I wanted to go with a Fritz Lang short film just to complete that, but alas, there were none. So we're instead going with a different 1920s fantasy short film. I figured we'll just stick in the genre and in the time period. So we're going to go with the 1922 animated short film Cinderella from Lottie Reiniger. Because we love animated 1920s German films. Then we have Bride of Frankenstein, which I don't have to explain that one to you, and we're double featuring it with Dracula's Daughter, another Universal Monsters film from that same era that serves as a sequel to, one of the big Universal Monsters properties. And it's also very gay to my knowledge. So, Dracula's Daughter. And we're going to be pairing it with the short film Frankenstein, the 1910 short film adaptation of Frankenstein. I believe it's the first cinematic adaptation of Frankenstein. Then we have La Llorona. I don't have to explain that one to you. Which we're pairing with the 1991 film Clear Cut, which is another indigenous horror film about the ghost of an indigenous person haunting a person that's trying to exploit the natural lands of the indigenous people. In this case, the head of a logging company. And we are pairing it with the short film Consume, which is another indigenous horror film, this one about a residential school survivor. One of those schools where they put indigenous kids into to try and indoctrinate them into Anglo-American society.
Mm-hmm.
One of those. And it's about the survivor of one of those schools. And I believe it involves Wendigos.
Ooh.
Yee. Then we have Mythica, the God Slayer. I don't have to explain that movie to you. Which we're pairing with another John Lyd film, another Aristorm Entertainment film, Survivor. It also has Melanie Stone in it. She's the one who actually plays Merrick. It also has Kevin Sorbo in it, the guy who plays her teacher. You remember Kevin Sorbo. And it's directed by the same director, John Lyd. And so I originally was going to go with another Aristorm Entertainment short film, but they don't have any, I don't think, actually. They don't have any short films. So we're instead going to go with another John Lyd short film. And so the best option was actually the 2011 fan film that he made, Hunger Games: The Second Quarter Quell. Because in case you forgot, he's the guy who did that short film.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. Then we have Children of Men. You remember Children of Men?
Mm-hmm.
Great. Which we're pairing with The Road. Do you remember The Road?
Mm-hmm.
Great. So we're pairing that with the 2021 short film To Carry Underneath, which is a sci-fi, dystopian film about this, quote, harvester who must safely carry her eggs across a difficult and threatening landscape. Person carrying babies across a dystopian landscape is very fitting for both of those films.
Are you gonna make me watch a fucking spider?
It's not a spider. This poster has a woman on it.
Proceed.
I don't know why she has eggs, but she does. And we will question it when we watch it. Probably. I think we have time for a few more, and then I have to begin the movie. Okay. Then we have El Norte. You remember El Norte?
Sure.
The brother and sister who flee Guatemala and go to America?
Mm-hmm.
Which we're pairing with the 1995 film My Family, which is about the three generations of the Mexican family who come to America. That one. Mexican or... Yeah, Mexican. Which we're going to pair with the 2019 short film Migrante, which is a, quote, animated collaborative short film. It's about migration, and it's based off real testimonies, and it was animated by like 50 animators from 11 different Latin American countries. Then we have The End. You remember The End, the post-apocalyptic musical? Which we're pairing with the 1995 Soviet film Underground, about the Serbian socialists who live underground. I told you about that one, right?
I think so.
Great. We're pairing it with the... This one was very difficult to pick until I came across this short film, which just seemed perfect for it. We're pairing it with the 2017 short film. It's... First of all, it stars Carolyn Polachek, who... I know you don't know that name off the top of your head, but she's the one who did the music for I Saw the TV Glow.
Oh, no. Mm-hmm.
Second, it's one of those, like, Mew Mew Women's Tales short films, like, directed by women, starring women. I think it's a fashion magazine or something like that. But it's a, like, from what I can tell of the synopsis, it's like a 1950s era advert, like, obviously not actually, like, it's 1950s style aesthetic TV ad for an underground shelter. It's called The End of History Illusion. And it's like a TV ad for a nuclear bunker. So that just felt very fitting. Then we have Zombie Girl the movie. You remember that documentary?
I do.
Great. We're pairing it with the Emily Hagen's film Sorry About the Demon, which is the girl who actually starred in Zombie Girl the movie, and it's her most recent film to date. I think it's her most recent. Yeah, it's her most recent film to date. And this one was also very difficult to pick a short film for. I debated picking a zombie short film at first, but I couldn't find one that really gave me the right vibes. And so I decided to instead go in a completely different direction. We're pairing it with a short film about the Muppets. Because the Muppets play a big role in Zombie Girl the movie as like her earliest exposure to film, and she, like, as a girl, she was like a huge fan of the Muppets. So we're gonna go with the Muppet Show pitch reel, which is the 1976 pitch that Jim Henson made for the Muppet Show, which was rejected. And that felt like the best possible option for me. Somehow. In some way. Anyways, then we have Citizen Kane. I hope I don't have to explain to you what Citizen Kane is.
No.
Which we're pairing with Vertigo. I don't have to explain to you what Vertigo is, right?
No.
Good. And we're pairing it with the 1940 short film Pardon My Birthmarks, which is a Buster Keaton short film where he plays a reporter who takes a train trip and accidentally gets involved with a gangster's wife.
As you do, I suppose.
It's from the same era as Citizen Kane. It's about a reporter, and it involves an affair. That feels very fitting as an opening to Citizen Kane. Plus, it's Buster Keaton. You can't go wrong with Buster Keaton. Then we have Persona. You remember Persona? Which we're pairing with Mulholland Drive. I think I told you. I think you know that movie, right? It's a David Lynch film about the woman who comes to Hollywood to become a movie star, and then she meets the other woman with amnesia. It was heavily inspired by Persona. I told you about it, yes. Which we're pairing with the short film. This one was not too hard to pick one for because thankfully Ingmar Bergman, the director of Persona, had a perfect short film for Persona, and that would be the 1976 short film The Dance of the Damned Women, which is about 4 women in a crowded, closed room who are dancing to music, and they, quote, represent women living by passing on a role that is passed down to them for generations. And 2 of the dancers are damned souls that come to life, the 3rd is death, and the 4th a child born free but forced into the other female roles. It's an Ingmar Bergman short film that explores gender in a surrealist way, which feels perfect for Persona.
It does.
Yee! See? There's thought.
I assumed that there wasn't thought.
It's just questionable sometimes.
Oh, for sure. But I know that there is thought somewhere.
Anyways, there's still so many more short films to go, but I do need to begin the movie soon, and I need to get the video together.